Hey, it's Kevin Lawton with the New Warehouse Podcast here at MODEX 2022. We are on day 3 and we are in the booth. I am joined by previous guests of the show. It's good to see him in person. Glenn Lundgren, he is the Regional Sales Director at JLT Mobile Computers. And JLT is focused on ruggedized computers for the material handling industry. So we actually have a treat today. We're going to hear about JLT, a little bit about what they're showing off here at MODEX and some new things as well. But we're also going to get a chance to look at one of the devices, which is pretty exciting. So Glenn, welcome to the show. Welcome to the booth. How are you doing?
Doing okay. Good to be here after a delay from the show, and you can tell from the excitement around here, people really are a little pent-up demand and excited to be back and seeing a lot of technology. So, like you say, it's good seeing you in person. I appreciate once again the opportunity to share with your audience a little bit our company and our featured product today, which is the 6012, JLT 6012.
Definitely, and we'll get to that featured product in a little bit, but why don't you tell us first, maybe for people that maybe missed your episode in the past, shame on them, I'll say
I
first,
hope not.
Right? Yeah. But, people got some things going on, so we can understand. So give us just kind of a brief overview of JLT and what you guys do.
Yeah, sure. I appreciate that once again. We specialize in manufacturing and providing to our customers in primarily the warehouse and the logistics space, although we do have other markets that we serve as well.
Right.
But that's really our cornerstone for our company. And we focus on building rugged, wireless computers that you'll find mounted in harsh environments, particularly like forklift computers,
right.
Food processing plants. Those are just a couple examples of some of the markets that we do serve.
Yeah.
We're a Swedish-based company. We're global. We've got offices scattered throughout U.S., France, Sweden, of course, and then we have a network of very impressive dealers, resale resellers that can service client base as well. So we are global. You'll find us in every corner of the world, providing reliable solutions, and that really is the cornerstone of our companies, providing the best and most reliable computer technology that can be used in the harsh environments.
Yeah, and I think it's something that obviously is needed in our environment, in the material handling industry, because obviously, our devices can go through a lot, we could say, a little bit. So, obviously there's vibration things that we think about. You mentioned food processing. Obviously there's temperature-controlled environments, which are, can be extreme at times. We're talking about cold storage and maybe some hot areas too as well, where, we're just working in a hotter environment and the climate there is just warmer, and that warehouse can get super hot, or going into trailers, things of that nature, where you can be like in a sauna basically.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Reliability is somewhat difficult to explain, but the impact of reliability can really be seriously felt in high volume environments, because downtime is very expensive for those companies. If you're offline, if you're not fulfilling orders, if you're not picking quickly, if you're not providing the most efficient route for your forklift operators, that affects productivity, that affects your bottom line somewhere along the line. So the goal is to provide equipment that has a high degree of uptime, reliability, always available, with very, very low failure rates. And that's been the focus of our company. We're actually very passionate about providing productivity and safety improvements for our warehouse operators.
Yeah. I mean, I think the safety and the productivity and the reliability are certainly absolutely key points to being able to bring those to operations and making sure that people can do what they need to do and do it in the fastest way possible. And obviously, we want them to go home the same way that they came in the door in the beginning, right? So,
Exactly.
so the fact that you guys keep that in mind and have that focus on your products and making sure that the end user is able to experience all three of those things, I think is definitely a testament to what you guys do and something that's very important. So now we're here at MODEX, right? And we're in person for the first time in quite some time, right? So you actually have a chance to show off what you're doing in your booth. So I'm curious from JLT's perspective, how has the show been, and what are you seeing? What are people asking when they're coming into the booth? What are they interested in?
Well, they're obviously interested in things that we just talked about, ways that they can improve productivity, and safety as well in the warehouse. But one of the problems that they're facing today is just a shortage in the labor market, and so something has to fill that void. Right. And so automation is really of a high degree of importance to industry. Yeah. But more importantly, it's how people can use these tools effectively and productively so that the businesses will run efficiently and get orders fulfilled and out the door shipped to people in this e-commerce age that we're now involved in. So they're interested in that. They're also interested in ease of installation. They're interested in life cycle management. They want these devices to last longer than a couple of years. Yeah. They want to get a good return out of them. So those are a lot of the questions. They want to know from us as a company, do we run a high-touch business model? By that I mean, can we provide the support, maintenance, of tools that they need to be productive not only today but down the road, and keep those units and that operation running efficiently. Yeah. Those are the things that they're really primarily interested in. And of course, technology always changes, so they're looking for the latest in technology to make sure that they're buying to the early part of that cycle as opposed to legacy equipment. And so we're very, very happy that we've been able to do that. We've never been busier than we are right now, and we posted a record year in sales again last year. So we've got a message here that seems to be resonating with people, our client base, and we're quite pleased with that. We're doing something right.
Yeah, sounds like it. So definitely doing something right, and it's great to see that people are interested in what you're offering, and that they're taking into account those things that we talked about earlier, the safety and the productivity, and being able to get more throughput from their operators, but in a right way, a way that the operator is comfortable with, which I think is very important. So obviously, we're here at MODEX, and the big thing is to show off the latest, right? Show off the innovations, see what have people come up with, especially now. What have people come up with while we've all been in hiding, right? In the last 2 years, there's a lot of things going on here, and you guys have some new stuff as well. You have this 6012 series, which we have right here in front of us. So why don't you tell us first, I guess, about the 6012 series, what's new about it, and how this kind of series came about, and what was the trigger for developing this?
Great segue, Kevin. I really appreciate that. This product actually has been around for a few years, but it was really a defining moment for our product development team. They stepped back and they looked at it, and they focused on not only the technology inside, but the way that it's manufactured. And by that I mean this. This product is really the first in our series that embraces platform or modular manufacturing technology. Right. So what that means to our users is that this device, basically in the same form factor, is very sleek, elegant design. Right. Can be relatively easily upgraded, and the modular concept of it allows you to actually integrate different modules depending upon emerging technology, and keeps the product refreshed.
Right.
Great example of this is through that modular technology concept, we can now quite easily embrace the new Intel processor technology, which we've done. It's the Elkhart Lake, and it is the X6413E processor, which is designed, and Intel is quite excited about this product as well. Okay. Specifically designed for IoT.
Oh, okay.
Processing.
Interesting.
And so there's a lot of things that go on, a lot of overhead that you have to deal with IoT that's built into this processor, which now we can easily integrate into our product from the existing quad-core E3845s that we've got in the product right now. In addition to that, allows us to provide a faster bus architecture. Now we'll support 5G wide area wireless communication.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so now your product can easily move outside of the four walls of private network, cellular networks.
Yeah.
And also allows us to interface the new Intel AX210 Wi-Fi 6.
Yeah.
6E, which now allows us to, on a wireless standpoint, to embrace the 6 gigahertz band as well as the 5.2.4.
Right.
And that allows for as much as a 4 times wireless capacity over the existing Wi-Fi 5. Okay. And so those things are going to be dovetailed and put into this product this year. They're imminent, actually. And so it allows us to do that quite easily. The other thing that we've been able to accomplish through this modularization is we can provide modulars like sensors, accelerometers, other sensors in modules that are directed and can improve productivity and safety. So now we can do things like screen blanking. We can blank the screen while the lift is moving.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. We can do performance metrics, so we can keep track of how efficient your warehouse is laid out and how efficient your operators are running in that warehouse. We can do things like safety alerts, collision avoidance, and sensors that can determine impact and register that. So there's a lot of things that are really built into this product that you don't see. But are there because of the architecture that we developed some years ago. That will help us continue enhancing and improving on this design.
Okay, really interesting stuff, and I love obviously the safety features that are built in there too, and how that can you're already putting this computer on the forklift itself, so it makes sense to utilize the computing power that's there to be able to do these smarter things and have these sensors, as you mentioned, and different things of that nature. So we actually have one of the 6012 here. So why don't you, I guess, show us here on camera a little bit about this and some of the things we're looking at on here and how those modules kind of may attach or work.
Yeah, let's take a tour. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Yeah. So I think the first thing that I'd like to point out, one can really tell a lot by just looking at something, interacting with it, looking at it, touching it. And I think that really sticks out when you do that. I'm going to just hand it over to you, Kevin. Let you play with it there.
Okay. Yeah.
I think one of the things that sticks out, as you can tell, that this is
solid.
a quality. It's a solid device,
solid,
a quality device, well manufactured, and yet sleekness and design. That is a 12-inch viewing display.
Okay. So definitely enough space to see what you need to see. Yeah.
But the benefit is, look at the small packaging, how sleek and elegant it is.
Right.
It doesn't take up a lot of room. Well, why is that important? Well, if you're a forklift driver, you obviously want to rely on what's on your display.
Right.
That helps direct you to your task. But you also do not want to be obstructed from your view of your surrounding area. And so our product development team did an excellent job of designing that into a sleek, small package, yet packing a lot of power into that particular
I mean,
device.
even like kind of comparing it to my own just non-rugged Microsoft Surface here, it's not much bigger considering that it has been ruggedized and probably has a lot more computing power, I would imagine, which is pretty remarkable, because I think, sometimes you think about rugged and you're thinking about, bulky, right?
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
And you also touched on something that I'd like to mention, and that is processing power.
Right.
Typically, when you have higher processing power, it generates more heat.
Okay.
You won't notice any fans on this device.
Yeah.
It is completely sealed to what the industry is labeled as IP65. So that means it's sealed against dust and water, also humidity.
Right.
Now, why is that important? Well, that provides premature failure from dust intrusion or water intrusion or humidity intrusion into the device. Once again, the message is reliability and high performance in this device, and we built that into it. The other thing that you'll notice is that this is a single-piece device.
Right.
And you simply bolt your mount on in a standard VISA pattern to the unit.
Right here,
Exactly. Without the need for a dock or a two-piece solution, which eliminates a potential failure point. That's introduced by having to have connectors in those two-piece
That's a potential entry point. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Right.
And so we've removed that. Power gets entered directly into it, and it's a single piece, so there's nothing that can detach from the unit or fail.
Okay.
And I mentioned it's fanless, so nothing could be drawn into the processing area.
And what about so you mentioned being able to add some modules and different things. How would that look? Or
well, basically it's on the back. You can tell where we do have modules spaced out.
Okay, so they would go basically fit right in here. Oh, okay. And then these blanks are potential plugs?
So let me talk to you a little bit about that too.
Sure.
One of the things that we've done, you'll notice that our I/O ports and power ports are facing downwards.
Okay.
Okay. So they're also sealed, so nothing can get in from entry points from these. Now, why is that important? Well, because the cables, if you'll have any, just hang naturally in a downward fashion, secured not by cable ties, but by this cable management system.
Oh, so
that we have
that's
on there.
cable management there. Okay,
That's exactly
interesting.
right.
All right.
And so that guarantees that what cables that you have into your system are secure and won't come out through tugging or pulling or any of that kind of thing. So they're completely secured. In addition, we do provide a Bluetooth and a wireless Wi-Fi communication. So if you've got the wireless peripherals that you want to attach, you can either do them through cables, completely secured, or you can do them through a Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi wireless connection.
Okay.
So,
all right.
You will see everything about this product is solid state.
Okay.
There are no moving pieces in this whatsoever. Some competing products use a rotating media, like a little disk drive in there. It rotates.
Yeah.
Well, it's subject to damage.
If it gets thrown off.
And corrupted data. We don't do that. Everything is solid state in this device. Again, speaking to performance and reliability. Even our switches are digital. There's no electromechanical switches on here. It's all digital on here. There are no speakers. We use audio exciters.
Audio exciters. What is that?
So that's that again is a solid state technology that basically enhances the audio experience, and so you get good sound quality, high performance sound quality in a solid state environment.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Let's see what else. We talked about the display. You can't really see it now because we don't have it plugged in.
Right.
But this is PCAP, or projected capacitive touch technology. So the screen is very, very bright. rebill it as unbreakable. It is conditioned glass.
Yeah.
And so one of the main failure points of displays have been screen breaking.
Right.
Right? So that is greatly reduced with this type of technology. Previously, though, there was a difficulty in having these screens, much like your iPhone,
right.
that can operate in a gloved hand or in a wet, moist environment.
Yeah.
We've solved that problem.
Okay.
So not only can we provide you with virtually unbreakable displays, but these can operate with gloves.
Okay. So I don't have to take my glove off to use it.
That's exactly right.
That's great.
Yeah, that is. It's something that we worked hard on and can provide. Yeah, I've gone through that pretty well, I guess. We inside, what you can't see, we use board-to-board connectors.
Okay.
So why is that important? Well, that's important because competing products use a lot of ribbon wires. They're plugged into sockets.
Right.
And through the shock and vibe that's generated from a forklift.
Oh, they can loosen, yeah.
They can loosen, that's
Yeah.
right. And so the product may be okay, but the connection is wrong, so
Yeah.
right, it dies on you.
Got it.
These are board-to-board connectors. Very little use of any ribbon wire or cabling inside this unit. But we've also done something else. So these boards are mounted in such a way where shock and vibe is dampened internally. So once again, the shock and vibration just generated from a forklift is greatly reduced and insulated through this type of port. Also inside here, what you can't tell, is dual diversity. They're called PIFA antennas. Don't ask me to explain that because that's another another session.
Yeah. I think it's another podcast there. Yeah.
To be true, but basically they are small antennas that allows us to keep this form factor, this packaging, and yet they radiate power more efficiently from an antenna gain standpoint than dipole antennas, for example, which a lot of our competitors do use. So you get tremendous wireless performance out of this device, and you get coverage in areas where you might not get coverage by other types of devices. So these things that are all built inside, like I said, it's built from the ground up to deliver years and years of reliable service for our users in harsh environments.
Yeah. So it seems like a very robust and certainly rugged device. I mean, as I said, as soon as I picked it up, I mean, you can tell it's a solid piece of equipment. But the footprint itself is not too large, and it's very convenient, which I think is nice. I mean, you've obviously packed a lot in there. So it's a very impressive stuff, Glenn.
I appreciate that. We left the best for last, however.
Okay, let's hear it.
So this product is available in Windows operating environment or Android.
Okay.
And one thing that we do that we've not seen anybody at this show do is under the x86 architecture, Windows, we can run both Windows and Android on the same unit.
Oh, wow.
So if you have an application that's Android-based, it's dual bootable, so you can boot up the Android OS and run that application.
Yeah.
And if you have another application that's on Windows OS, you boot it up under Windows and it runs on that.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. Very interesting stuff here, Glenn, and I love seeing this 6012 series in person and be able to put my hands on it and really understand what you guys are putting out there from JLT. So very interesting, and I'm very happy that you came by the booth and we could meet in person finally. Yeah, it's very good to get this experience. So if people want to learn more about the 6012 and JLT, how can they do that?
Well, if you're at the show or close to the show, you can stop by our booth. We're in the C Hall at booth number 8087, where we have more of our products that are available. This is just one of them that we're showing at the show, where we've got a whole portfolio of different products along with our services that we can provide. If you're not at the show, we would encourage you to visit us at www.jltmobile.com. Or you can contact us directly through that website and request a sales representative to contact you if you're in a hurry.
All right, great. And we'll put all that information at thenewwarehouse.com as well. So, Glenn, always a pleasure. Thank you again for stopping by the booth, and enjoy the rest of the show.
I appreciate the opportunity once again. Good seeing you in person.
You too.